If you want to succeed, build your character first. Let me tell you something real tonight. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants the money, the fame, the applause, but very few people are willing to do the inner work before the outer reward shows up. And that's where most people miss it. You don't become successful first and then develop character. No, you develop character first and success comes looking for you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to you about this one powerful truth: success without character never lasts. I don't care how talented you are, how smart you are, how gifted you are. If your character is weak, your success will be temporary. You might get there fast. People might clap for you. Doors might open. But sooner or later, if your foundation is cracked, everything you build on top of it will fall apart. See, a lot of people confuse success with visibility. They think because people know your name, because you're making money, because you've arrived, that means you've won. But real success isn't about how high you climb. It's about how long you can stay there. And the only thing that keeps you there is character. Character is what holds you together when temptation shows up. And trust me, when success comes, temptation comes with it. More money, more attention, more options, more pressure. If you haven't already decided who you are before success arrives, success will decide for you. And most people don't like who they become when that happens. I've seen people rise fast and fall even faster. Not because they weren't talented, not because they weren't hardworking, but because they didn't develop patience, humility, and discipline before the spotlight hit them. They weren't ready. And life doesn't slow down just because you're not prepared. Character teaches you how to handle delays. Some of you are frustrated right now because things are taking too long. But let me tell you something, delay is not denial. Delay is preparation. God is working on you before He works for you. He's shaping your attitude, your habits, your mindset, because where you're going requires a stronger version of you. If success came too early, it would destroy you. That's why character has to come first. Character teaches you how to treat people right on the way up, so you don't forget them when you get to the top. It teaches you gratitude instead of arrogance, humility instead of ego. A person with strong character doesn't panic when things go wrong. They don't quit when they don't see results. They understand that consistency beats motivation every single time. Motivation comes and goes, but character keeps you moving even on the days you feel tired, unrecognized, and discouraged. Let me be clear with you, the world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody promised this would be easy. But if you show up every day doing the right thing, even nobody is watching, life has a way of rewarding that. Not always immediately, but always eventually. Your reputation might get you in the room, but your character determines how long you stay there. People watch how you handle pressure, how you respond to failure, how you treat people who can't do anything for you. That's the real test. Ladies and gentlemen, stop focusing only on the results and start focusing on the process. Stop asking, when will it happen? And start asking, who am I becoming? Because who you become is far more important than what you achieve. When you build character first, success doesn't change you, it reveals you. And when that happens, no setback, no criticism, no failure can take away what you've built, because it was never just about success. It was about becoming solid enough to handle it. Let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. Discipline is built long before recognition ever shows up. Everybody loves the applause, the awards, the likes, the comments, the congratulations. But nobody claps for you when you're waking up early, when you're working late, when you're doing the boring, repetitive, unseen work. And that's exactly where character is formed. See, discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's showing up on days when motivation is gone. Motivation is emotional, it comes and goes. Discipline is a decision, and the people who succeed aren't always the most talented. they're the most disciplined. Most people quit because they don't see immediate results. They work for a week, maybe a year, and they say, nothing is happening. But something is happening. You're being built. Your habits are being formed. Your mindset is being strengthened. Your patience is being tested. And all of that matters more than you think. Recognition comes later, but discipline comes first. If you can't be consistent without attention, you won't be able to handle attention when it arrives. Success shines a light on everything you are. It magnifies your strengths and your weaknesses. That's why discipline must be developed in private before the public ever sees you. A disciplined person doesn't need supervision. They don't need someone to push them every day. They push themselves. They hold themselves accountable. They don't blame circumstances, people, or bad luck. They take responsibility. And responsibility is the price of freedom. Let me say this clearly. Nobody owes you success. Nobody owes you support. Nobody owes you belief. You earn all of that through consistent action. When people see that you don't quit, that you don't complain, that you don't make excuses, they start to respect you. And respect opens doors that talent alone never could. Discipline also teaches you how to manage your time. You stop wasting hours on things that don't matter. You stop giving energy to people who drain you. You start protecting your focus because you realize every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. There will be moments when you feel like you're working harder than everyone else and getting less in return. That's normal. That's part of the process. That's where discipline separates the winners from the quitters. Winners keep going. Quitters look for reasons to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, success is not built in one big moment. It's built in thousands of small decisions. Choosing to get up, choosing to practice, choosing to learn, choosing to improve, choosing to stay committed when nobody is cheering for you. The truth is, discipline hurts. It's uncomfortable. It demands sacrifice. You give up comfort today so you can live better tomorrow. You say no to distractions so you can say yes to growth. And most people don't want to do that. That's why most people stay stuck. But if you're willing to build discipline before recognition, you become dangerous in a good way. You become unstoppable. Because once discipline becomes part of your character, nobody can take it away from you. Ladies and gentlemen, don't wait for the world to notice you before you take yourself seriously. Take yourself seriously now. Show up now. Work now. Build discipline now. And one day, recognition will find you exactly where discipline left you. Integrity shapes true leadership, and without it, success becomes empty noise. You can have the title, the money, the followers, the influence, but if people can't trust you, none of it means anything. Trust is the real currency of leadership, and trust is built through integrity, not words. Integrity is not about doing what is convenient. It's about doing what is right. It's choosing honesty when lying would be easier. It's choosing fairness when taking advantage would benefit you. And let me tell you something. The higher you go, the more opportunities you'll have to compromise yourself. That's why integrity has to be decided early before success ever shows up. A leader with integrity doesn't change their values depending on who is in the room. They are the same person in public and in private. They don't wear masks, they don't pretend, and people feel that. People may not always like you, but they will respect you when they know you stand on something solid. True leadership is influence, not position. You don't need a title to lead. People follow those they trust, those they believe in, those who are consistent. And consistency comes from integrity. When your words and actions match, people feel safe following you. I've seen people lose everything because they thought one small compromise wouldn't matter. But small compromises don't stay small. They grow. One lie leads to another. One bad decision creates a habit. And before you know it, you're trapped in something you never planned to become. Integrity protects you. It may cost you something in the short term, but it saves you in the long term. You might lose an opportunity, some money, or approval because you chose to do the right thing. But you'll gain peace of mind, self-respect, and a reputation that opens better doors later. Ladies and gentlemen, power reveals who you really are. When you have power, nobody can force you to do the right thing. That's when integrity matters most. When you could take advantage but choose not to. When you could cut corners but refuse. When you could step on someone to get ahead but decide to lift them instead. Leadership is also about accountability. A person with integrity doesn't blame others for their mistakes. They own them. They say, that was on me. And that takes strength. Weak people hide. Strong people take responsibility. And people trust leaders who are honest about their flaws. Let me say this clearly, your name is your brand. Long after the money is gone, long after the applause fades, your name is what people remember. When people hear your name, what do they think? Can they trust you? Can they rely on you? Do you keep your word? In keeping your promises, even when it's hard, even when it costs you, even when nobody would blame you for walking away. Because every time you keep your word, you build character, and character is the foundation of lasting success. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to lead, start with integrity. Build it in silence. Protect it fiercely. Don't trade it for short-term gain, because when everything else falls apart, integrity is the one thing that can still hold you up. Hard times reveal who you really are, and if you want to succeed, you must understand this truth. Life is not always going to go your way. There will be challenges, setbacks, failures, and moments when everything seems impossible. Those moments are not meant to break you. They are meant to show you the strength of your character. The way you respond to difficulty defines the kind of person you are and the kind of success you can achieve. Many people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they crumble under pressure. They quit when things get hard. They complain when life is unfair. They blame circumstances or other people for their lack of progress. But let me tell you something, real success comes to those who refuse to give up, who face challenges head on, and who keep moving even when the road is rough. Hard times are like mirrors. They reflect your inner strength, your patience, and your resilience. Think about it. No one knows your true character until you are tested. It's easy to be kind when everything is going well, easy to be honest when nobody is watching, easy to be patient when life is smooth. But when the storm hits, your real self emerges. Do you quit? Do you complain? Or do you rise above? Those moments define whether your character is strong enough to handle success when it arrives. Hard times teach you lessons that comfort never can. They teach you perseverance, humility, and determination. They teach you that failure is not the end, it is part of the journey. When you fall, you learn to get back up. When doors close, you learn to find a new path. When people doubt you, you learn to trust yourself more than anyone else. These lessons cannot be taught in classrooms or seminars. They are learned in the trenches of life. Many people fear difficulty, but difficulty is not the enemy, it is your teacher. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger. Every setback is a chance to develop patience and mental toughness. And the more you endure, the more prepared you become for the opportunities that are waiting for you. Success is not for the faint-hearted. It is for the people who can stand firm when the wind blows against them. Hard times also reveal the people around you. When everything is easy, everyone wants to be your friend. But when you struggle, only a few will stay by your side. That teaches you the value of loyalty and the importance of surrounding yourself with people who truly support you. It teaches you to be careful with who you trust and to appreciate those who have been with you through thick and thin. Let me tell you this clearly. The world will not hand you success because life is fair. Life is tough, and it will test you relentlessly. but those tests are opportunities in disguise. If you can face hardship with courage, learn from failure without bitterness, and keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey, then you are building a character that money cannot buy, influence cannot imitate, and success cannot shake. Ladies and gentlemen, when hard times come, do not run from them. Embrace them as part of your journey. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I becoming through this challenge? Every trial you overcome adds to your strength, your wisdom, and your resilience. Those who endure and grow through hardship are the ones who achieve lasting success because they are prepared for whatever comes next. Success is not just about talent, intelligence, or luck. It is about character forged under pressure. Hard times are the fires that reveal that character. If you want to succeed, learn to see challenges as your allies, not your enemies. Learn to grow stronger with every obstacle. And always remember, the storms you face today are preparing you for the victories of tomorrow. Consistency builds trust and confidence. And if you want to succeed, this is one of the most important lessons you must understand in life. People are quick to celebrate sudden wins, instant results, and overnight successes. But the truth is that lasting success is never built on a single effort. It is built on repeated actions, on showing up day after day, even when nobody notices, even when results are slow, and even when it feels like no one is watching. Consistency is the secret that separates those who achieve true success from those who only dream about it. You see, most people fail not because they lack talent, knowledge, or opportunity, but because they give up too soon. They work hard for a short time and expect the world to reward them immediately. But life doesn't work that way. Success is a long-term game, and consistency is the currency you pay to play that game. When you show up consistently, people start to notice. Opportunities begin to come to you naturally, and confidence, both yours and others' confidence in you, grows steadily. Consistency builds trust because it shows people that you are reliable. When your actions are predictable in a positive way, people begin to trust you. They know you will keep your word, show up when you promise, and handle your responsibilities. Trust is not given lightly. It is earned, and nothing earns trust faster than consistent behavior. In business, relationships, or any area of life, people will follow, support, and invest in those they can trust. That trust opens doors that talent alone cannot. Consistency also builds your own confidence. Every time you show up and follow through, even when you don't feel like it, you prove to yourself that you are capable. You build a track record of success that reinforces your belief in your abilities. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is developed over time through repeated action. The more you practice, the more you learn, the more you show up, the more confident you become. And confidence is magnetic. It attracts opportunities, partnerships, and success. Let me be honest with you, consistency is not easy. It requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to work when motivation is low. Motivation is temporary, feeling like it is not enough to carry you through. That's why consistent people don't rely on feelings, and they rely on habits. They create routines, they set goals, and they stick to them no matter what. And over time, those small actions compound into big results that most people never achieve because they are too inconsistent. Consistency is also what protects you during hard times. When life gets chaotic, when challenges come, those who are consistent have built a foundation strong enough to withstand the storm. They have habits, systems, and routines that keep them moving forward. In contrast, inconsistent people crumble when the first obstacle appears. Hard work alone is not enough. Repeated, steady work is what creates resilience, reliability, and credibility. Ladies and gentlemen, think about the most successful people you know. They didn't achieve greatness overnight. They showed up every day, committed to their goals, focused on their growth, and refused to quit. They understood that small, consistent actions repeated over months and years, create massive results. One good day doesn't make you successful, but one day after another consistently builds an unstoppable momentum. Consistency also affects your reputation. People notice those who are dependable. When you consistently deliver quality, when you consistently act with honesty, when you consistently keep your word, you become someone others respect. That respect leads to opportunities, influence, and doors that would otherwise remain closed. Your character is amplified through consistent action, and over time, it becomes undeniable. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this: show up every day. Do the work even when nobody is watching. Stick to your commitments, practice your craft, and push through when it's hard. Your consistency builds trust, strengthens confidence, and lays the foundation for lasting success. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, start by being consistent in the ordinary things. Every small action, repeated day after day, compounds into a life of remarkable achievement. Character attracts opportunities that money cannot buy, and if you truly want to succeed, this is something you cannot ignore. You see, talent can open doors, education can give you skills, and money can give you access, but none of these guarantees that the right opportunities will come to you. Opportunities, the kind that change your life, the kind that bring success, are drawn to people of character, people who are trustworthy, reliable, disciplined, and honorable. Character is magnetic. It pulls the right situations, people, and circumstances into your life, often in ways that talent alone never could. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you heard stories of people who worked hard, had skills, but never seemed to get the breaks they deserved? Meanwhile, others with perhaps equal or lesser skill rise quickly. And it's not luck, it's character. People want to invest in someone they can trust. Leaders want to promote someone they know will handle responsibility wisely. Partners want to work with someone who will honor agreements and act with integrity. Opportunities are drawn to those who have proven themselves reliable over time. Character is not built overnight. It's built in the choices you make every single day. It's in the little things, showing up when you say you will, doing the right thing even when it's inconvenient, treating people with respect, and honoring your commitments. These may seem small, but these small actions create a reputation that precedes you, and that reputation is what attracts opportunities that money cannot buy. People notice consistency, honesty, and dependability, and they are willing to open doors for those who demonstrate these qualities. Opportunities are rarely given to those who cut corners or take shortcuts. They go to those who show integrity in every action. Think about it: if someone knows that you can be trusted to handle a situation responsibly, to manage resources wisely, and to treat others fairly, they will naturally want to involve you in important matters. Character creates credibility. Credibility leads to trust. Trust leads to opportunities. And that chain cannot be broken. Money, status, or even intelligence cannot replace this process. Let me also emphasize that character attracts not just opportunities, but the right people. Success is rarely a solo journey. You need mentors, collaborators, partners, and supporters. People want to align themselves with those they can rely on. When you have character, the right people will seek you out. They want to be around someone who uplifts, someone who is ethical, someone whose word carries weight. The relationships you build because of your character often lead directly to life, changing opportunities far beyond what talent or luck could offer. The world is full of temptation to compromise your character for quick gain. But remember this: any opportunity that comes at the expense of your integrity is not worth taking. In the short term, it may seem appealing, but in the long term, it will destroy trust, tarnish your reputation, and close doors you didn't even know were opening. Character is the filter through which you evaluate opportunities. If it doesn't align with your values, it's not the opportunity you need. True opportunity is never in conflict with character. It enhances it. Ladies and gentlemen, the lesson is clear. Focus on building your character first. Be disciplined, honest, dependable, and fair. Treat people with respect, keep your commitments, and consistently do the right thing, even when it's hard. Over time, these habits create a magnetic force around you. The kind of opportunities that money cannot buy, influence cannot fake, and shortcuts cannot deliver will naturally come into your life. And when they do, you will be ready. Character is your most valuable asset. It is the unseen foundation upon which success is built. Opportunities will always seek it out. People will always trust it. And life will always reward it. If you invest in character today, you are planting seeds for opportunities that will grow far beyond what you can imagine. Your character is your silent partner in success, attracting doors, people, and moments that will shape the rest of your life. Build it carefully, protect it fiercely, and watch how it changes everything.